Hi, it's Leslie Perrin. I'm a functional diagnostic nutrition practitioner, functional medicine certified health coach, and certified gluten-free practitioner. My business is Piece by Piece Wellness Coaching. I would like to tell you a little bit today about the 10 top reasons to consider functional medicine and functional lab testing. Number one, traditional lab testing provides measures to the outcomes of disease. The results are compared to the averages of the population actually tested, and we know that most testing is done on the population of patients or people that show up with symptoms to doctors' offices or are hospitalized. And therefore the ranges of your results are compared to that of the sicker population of people and are not based on optimal ranges. Number two, traditional lab testing, while it's important, does not focus on measures which uncover root causes of what caused the symptoms of disease to occur in the first place. Symptoms may not show up for 10 or more years after dysfunction and disease begins. Functional lab tests can reveal malfunctions and underlying conditions for most common health problems and conditions. Number three, traditional lab testing is guided by insurance companies, and additional testing is not covered in many cases, forcing providers and physicians to be limited to specific tests to diagnose and not necessarily prevent conditions. Number four, functional medicine focuses on the root cause of disease, and its aim is to prevent or reverse diet and lifestyle behaviors that are not supporting optimal health and functioning for the individual. Let's use the analogy of a tree. The leaves and the bark are the above ground manifestations of whether a tree is actually healthy. When a tree is diseased, we often see signs of stress by discoloration of the leaves or bark, infestation by bugs, or dropping of leaves. The roots of the tree, however, is where that disease actually begins, and where, because of lack of nutrients, water, or good soil conditions, ultimately over time, this shows up in the bark of the tree and the condition of the leaves. In a person, this may be years of poor diet, poor sleep, lack of exercise, and external stress that contribute to poor health. At some point, the individual's body becomes less resilient and able to recover, and depending on their genetic predisposition and their internal reserves, they could become overwhelmed and their systems could basically cause dysfunction and result in symptoms. Number five, functional lab testing examines hidden causes of stress within an individual. Its aim is actually to uncover imbalances and dysfunction of an individual's systems, including hormones, immune, digestion, detoxification, and the intestinal barrier system. Oftentimes, people may be on an autoimmune spectrum for years before symptoms of disease actually appear. Too many times, we all ignore our symptoms, think they're normal, even if we're experiencing them chronically, and symptoms are not at all normal. Number six, functional lab testing ranges are much narrower than traditional lab testing ranges. The ranges are narrower because they're really looking at optimal ranges based on the averages of healthy individuals. Number seven, functional medicine practitioners and functional diagnostic nutrition practitioners look upstream to what might be actually causing the root of an individual's health condition or health issue. Functional medicine uses a preventative and integrative approach to individualized patient care. Number eight, functional diagnostic nutritional practitioners may be providers or health coaches who do the detective work to actually uncover those hidden healing opportunities and work with you to correct the dysfunction that is identified through functional lab testing and client assessments. Number nine, the costs is very important, but the cost of traditional labs, as we know, are mostly covered by insurance, as providers often stick with testing that they know will be covered and not rejected by the payer. Functional lab testing, however, is not covered by insurance, and functional lab practitioners require payment for these services. Let's use another analogy here. Your car insurance covers things like accidents and catastrophic things. However, you, for routine maintenance, have to invest in the health of your car. If you don't change your oil, you can wreck your transmission. The same applies here. To help your body function optimally, you need to take charge of your health and understand where you have healing opportunities to avoid bad things like diseases and symptoms later. Number 10, many functional medicine tests can be done in the convenience of your own home. FDNs send kits to clients, and many require saliva, urine, or stool. Where a blood test is needed, a list of access to nearby labs or your own lab may be used for lab test kit send-outs. If you would like to know more about functional lab testing or think that you may be interested in doing it yourself, please feel free to look at my website at www.peace wellnesscoaching.com. And thanks for listening. Take care.